Hello everybody, sorry to keep you waiting, but life, it does happen. How's everybody doing, chat? Hope you're doing well. Is it bounce soon? Is it the time? So far the Bitcoin has done, what it was expected of it, so there is that. And we're gonna check out what's actually happening. We're also gonna look at Fantom, because Dr. Karloff does want us to look at Fantom. So there is that. It's not actually happening much, but when you look at altcoins, regardless of what kind of altcoins you actually look at, everything is creating this, pivot point down here on the bottom side. Literally everything right now is creating this pivot point on the bottom side over here. The big question is this pivot point up here gonna hold or not? Regardless of the chart, right? Everything is creating this pivot point right now, so you can draw these very, very nice lines eventually up here towards upside. Whether it's gonna go all the way down to the bottom up here for Matic, up here not, is it gonna just bounce over here towards upside? Regardless, it does look good, but it is slow move, slow curvature towards upside. When it comes to Bitcoin, the big question is, are we gonna have another dump towards downside, or are we just gonna go towards upside? Now, today is Friday, so it is likely that we might have another move towards downside over here before we actually go again towards upside. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that and how it's actually playing out. How's everybody doing in chat? Paulo Zenga first, what's up? TLI, I feel like God candle coming soon. I don't know about that, man. Inverse head and shoulders coming. Yeah, inverse head and shoulders on the chart. If you look at on daily time frame, it does look like, especially on 12-hour time frame, you can see it up here, V shape, and right now we're doing this up here. So inverse head and shoulders up here, maybe happening. So this thing can actually pull a little bit more towards that. That's why I'm saying this thing can actually pull even a little bit more towards downside and go towards upside, because it's creating this right shoulder on the side. Hey, I hope all is well, man. Breakout soon, exactly, not sure. Good morning all, good morning TLI. Fantom on the tier, some TL on Fantom right after TL on BTC, of course. Yeah, we're gonna check out Fantom. You're really on the Fantom right now. I see you posting the chat as well, so you do really want me to look at Fantom. We will look at Fantom. Hit the like button for good juju. Good juju. Add a chart, please. I don't know about that. Happy Friday. Hit the like. Bro, how are you? I'm good, man. I'm good. That's good. On screen display isn't working, for your information. On-screen display isn't working for you. You are completely right. That's good, man. There we go. We got on-screen display. We gotta have that. So I'm gonna go through everything right now that I just said. So you get your 2 seconds on fame. There we go. Everything that's been said. There we go. No other chart. No other chart. So what is actually happening with Bitcoin, guys? How is it actually gonna play out? Where we are on the chart, that's very important. I feel complete now. There you go. Thank you for mentioning that, because I have to turn it off when I'm doing other types of videos. Doge pumps every time Bitcoin breaks all-time high. Yeah, I mean, Doge is actually looking very nice. Pepe, Doge, Shiba, these Bitcoins, Bonk, VIF, they are consolidating. So when it comes to Bitcoin up here, let's find a clean chart. There is actually very nice lines that we can actually start talking about, and this is this line. What you're gonna see here on the bottom down there is Bitcoin is actually hitting the bottom of that line, and it is looking very, very good. So the big question is whether this line is gonna hold or are we gonna break that, because we had a channel over here towards, sorry, not channel, but we had a trend over here, something like this, I would say, and this actually broke towards downside. So this very, very steep line up here actually broke towards downside, but this on the small time frames, right? 12 daily up here, that's breaking towards downside. But right now, if you look at a little bit bigger time frames, like 2-day, 3-day time frame, I think we are creating right now this retest down here at the bottom. Also on the 2-day time frame, we got this a little bit dodgy, this little bit pullback. I still think we can actually go a little bit more towards that, so I'm going to tell you why. But it's already starting to look good, right? It's already starting to look good. When it comes to the lines, and the trends and stuff like that, right? we just want to know when the trend is breaking and when it's not breaking, right? So so far so good, because we have been going you know, over here a little bit sideways, then we increase the trend a little bit, and then we increase the trend a whole bunch of, and then explode to above that, and this trend up here, it can actually, you know, double here towards upside over here, and then you can see that we can actually go a little bit more down to actually test that. Whether we're gonna do that or not, it kind of depends. But what's actually happening here is this over here is a very steep trend up here towards upside. So maybe we kind of just go over here a little bit, you know, sideways up here to create a new trend line over here, where we actually bounce again towards upside, increase the speed towards upside, again towards upside. But it is still looking very good, and on the small time frames up here, we just might be actually doing that right now, because this line is actually very nice. So if you go over here on the small time frames, you'll see this this line up here is actually very nice. So it already looks like we might have created this, you know, pivot point down here at 60k, and right now we are bouncing towards the upside. Now when it comes, you know, how low we can actually go or not, let me go to this chart over here. Let me go to the daily time frame. You'll see down here that we came all the way down to the blue box. The blue box is the most important, because these are daily support levels. This over here is the weekly support level. The blue box is monthly support level, and we came to the monthly support level, very important level of support, and we already hit that. Now when we are actually going towards downside over here, a lot of people have been calling for 58k down here at the bottom. That's the bottom of the monthly blue box. Now we never hit that, and that I would regard that as a very bullish sign, because oftentimes when you have some kind of major support level, you don't go all the way down there. You come, you know, you bounce before that, because there was a lot of buying right before that. Now during this move towards downside over here that we are right now having after this big bullish engulfing candle, people still think that, you know what, you know, I don't care if it goes down to 58, I'm gonna buy it back at, you know, 61k if it goes down there again, because, you know, we're gonna get double bottom up here. Can it do that? It can do that. But what is more likely, the way I see it, and this goes from this goes back to, you know, the start of the bull market, and how we have been analyzing the chart so far when it comes to some kind of psychological moves, is that people that are actually right now looking for this pullback up here to pull back again to 60k so they can buy, it goes only like to 64, 63, whatever right now. It goes a little bit lower down here and then bounces, doesn't come all the way down there. So I'm right now, if we want to continue being, you know, stupidly bullish, I don't think we should actually get into the box down here back at 61k again. I think we should just pull back a little bit more and then bounce towards upside, because then again you leave a whole bunch of people on the side, and the reason you do that is because this pullback up here, you know, doesn't go all the way down. So I think that right now the 58 is no longer in, you know, we are not no longer looking at 58k. We are not even looking at 61.4k or these bottoms down here. This daily at 62 might happen, or 63 might happen, unless it bounces right here on the weekly time frame at 65. So we're gonna check that out. But I'm saying it can bounce over here, but there is also a good chance it might go a little bit lower before they actually goes towards the upside. That's all I'm saying. So if you look at the chart over here on the daily, on the small time frames up here on the 4 hourly, what we're gonna see here, we got some kind of channel on the chart over here, some kind of channel. That channel actually played out very nicely. We came down to the bottom up here at 64.6. I had a little bit different chart yesterday. I have absolutely no clue how I managed to draw that chart. Where is the chart up here? It is over here. Let me just show you that. I posted this yesterday in the Telegram chat, but yeah, I have absolutely no clue how I came to, you know, 63.850 over here, because the chart actually looks exactly the same as this chart over here. So, you know, same top, same bottom, same everything, but for some reason this midline up here is 63.8, and I cannot figure, you know. Oh, it goes all the way down there. Okay, it's a little bit turn. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. So the bottom up here is goes down there and goes something like this up here. There we go. That's why I was saying 63 point something like that. But after readjusting the chart a little bit, or the channel a little bit up here, we just might have actually you know, hit that that support level and bounced off of that. I still think we're gonna also zoom in a little bit over here and see, you know, whether this actually pulls back. But Milan had this line up here. Now we had this line as well over here, and you can see right now we're having this retest on the line. So if you pull the line towards upside, right now we are only channeling inside this channel over here. towards downside. So this looks like, you know, bull flag up here that, you know, bounce, it goes up here and goes towards upside again, right, very soon. So, you know, the pull, the bull flag, and the move towards upside, because just, you know, pulling back over here towards downside slowly, which is actually very nice. But whether this is the correct line, or, you know, the channel, my channel is correct line, I would say, you know, this is not, you know, fight of the, you know, whose channel is more correct or not, but it could be both. It could be both. But the thing that I like about, you know, my channel over here is because this over here are pivot points, and we always, at least, you know, from my experience, the last two pivot points are the most important. So yes, this over here is a trend line, but this trend line could also be drawn something like this over here towards downside. We actually broke that, and once you break that, you create this new trend line over here, right? New trend line over here, right? So I think that even though this line is very nice, I think that the trend over here is the correct one, and right now we're just pulling back. Now somebody mentioned in chat, and you know, we already saw that this looks like, you know, inverse head and shoulders pattern being created up here, but we, you know, for this inverse head and shoulders to be confirmed, we need to break the trend over here towards the upside. So even with that said, this actually looks very nice. So we just need to wait for this move to actually break towards the upside. Again, nothing is given. We can still go a little bit more towards the downside over here, like we said. How much towards the downside, it kind of depends. But if you just zoom in into this part over here, you'll see that there is a couple of ways they can draw this trend. Like you can draw it like this over here, it looks nice or something like that, but there is actually because of these stops over here, you can actually draw it something like this, and this looks actually like a nice channel that actually was channeling towards upside, and you can double that, and you can see actually this is actually really nice channel. Came top to bottom, try to go up here, break that, retest, bomb down on the support, right now going down there, and right now we are looking for either break this towards upside or move even lower down here before we actually go again towards upside. So I'm a little bit unsure what's going to happen, and sometimes during these consolidations are actually the hardest part when it comes to analyzing the chart, because it can kind of, you know, zigzag, do a lot of stuff, and I don't see that much, how are you gonna say it, I don't see that much, you know, interesting patterns that can tell us right now that we are at some kind of bottom. Right over here we are at 50 levels, but you know, can we, you know, still pull back over here, you know, for a while over here? I mean, technically we can. So consolidations are really hard. Now there is one line on the trend over here. I would say this, you know, the RSI, and we are not above that just yet, but we are just consolidating down here. We're just consolidating down here, you know. These moves over here are just consolidate. So we still need a little bit more move towards upside up here, you know, break this towards upside and break this trend over here, and then again go to these, you know, insane highs towards upside. So the way I see it, we are just consolidating. As you saw on the line up here, we did hit the bottom down there for whatever reason, and right now we just need to bounce. We need to bounce, but you know, how long this is gonna take, that kind of depends. So there is that. Ethereum is also doing good up here. It's just consolidating up here right now sideways. If you look at a weekly time frame up here, you know, it's been climbing up here really steeply for a while, and you know, it is above the blue box. It pulled back. If you remember, the blue box is up here on Ethereum, a very major level of resistance, and right now support. So this supports this support over here, and it right now it's pulling back, you know, above the blue boxes again, which is actually very nice. Bitcoin dominance right now on the weekly time frame is still bleeding towards downside over here. You can see these 3 red candles. So even with all of the whatever the Bitcoin is doing, it's still bleeding towards downside. On daily time frame, you have a small moves towards upside, but it looks like it wants to break towards downside. It looks like it wants to break towards downside. So I'm getting, you know, I'm anticipating that, you know, it is gonna break towards downside. I want to show you something while we are over here, and you will find this kind of triangles a lot on the chart, especially when you start doing what I'm going to show you right now. So oftentimes there will be some kind of trend line over here. Oftentimes there will be some kind of trend line, and this is actually just the first part of several trends. So over here, this is the first trend, and then it does this secondary trend over here towards downside of here, give or take, right? And what it does create, if you extend this a little bit over here, what it does create is this very weird triangle, right? So there is a support line, but it creates this really weird triangle where it expands at one side and then starts contracting. And these kind of triangles can actually happen on a lot of the chart. You can have it in downtrend up here, where they start expanding and start consolidating. And for some reason, I don't know why, and I'm not really good at analyzing these triangles, but these are really special types of triangles, and they do happen a lot on the charts. And right now we have something like that, where we've been expanding up here towards the upside. Over here we've been expanding the chart, so expanding musical instrument, and right now we are squeezing the chart up here, over here in this last part over here. And for whatever reason, I think I'm just talking out of my ass right now, but this often has more probability to break this triangle throughout the support level. So there will be a support level. If you have a chart that goes something like this up here, it's more likely to break it this way. If you have a chart that goes something like this up here, it's more likely to break this way. Same way, if you have a trend line up here and you have this very weird triangle that goes something like this, it is more more probable to break this way. And we have something like this over here on the downside, it's more probable, sorry, if you have something like this on the downside, it's more probable to break towards up. So it's more probable to break the support level regardless of where the support level is. And I need to analyze these kind of triangles a little bit more, because I haven't actually done that, but I did see so many times that these kind of triangles do play out, gets created. And it's just probably a couple of channels up here that are actually creating these triangles. But once these triangles are created, they do tend to break through this support level. So I think that's a little bit bullish. So there's that. So I'm gonna leave it with that, and we can just kind of follow what's actually happening. But I think that's a little bit bullish. Ethereum Bitcoin chart is still down here on the support level. It's still, holding the support level as and it still haven't broken towards the upside. Now, everybody's waiting for this to break towards the upside, because when that happens, then, we can actually go towards the upside, right? So you have this bleed towards downside for a whole long while, and then you have to break this towards upside. But once you actually do that, you go over here towards the upside. So this is what we are looking for when it comes to Ethereum. This is what we are looking for when it comes to altcoins, because when Ethereum goes and starts outperforming Bitcoin, probably altcoins are gonna do the same kind of thing. Unfortunately, we're right now to bottom. That might indicate that altcoins are right now getting ready to do the big move, because right now we are couple of weeks before the halving. We are actually less than a month before the halving. Couple of weeks before the April the 8th. April 8th is a very important date, guys. April 8th is very important date. So make sure to put the date on your calendar, because that might just be the dump date, because it is the new moon on that date. And even though I think it might go a little bit towards upside until then, I'm a little bit unsure what's gonna happen after that. I gotta tell you that right now, because if you watched that Crypto video not so long ago, yesterday, you will notice that by analyzing the chart, he actually showed that we got 8 to 12 months of the bull market left. I'm a little bit unsure about that, but I would say 6 to 12 months or something like that. Now, how fast are the alts gonna go? How fast is it gonna happen? When is it gonna start? Are we gonna go up here into the over here into the April, and then pull back again towards the upside, and then after the pullback go towards the upside? I don't know. So we are still just watching the channel to when it's gonna break, and when it does that, it's pretty much the time to pump after that. But it might take a little bit of time. Now, what's happening in Fantom? Fantom is actually looking very good. By the way, let me just do this over here quickly. Waiting. I'm just gonna put 4 members for blue balls and high. I just made a video on for blue balls. So if we go over here, members only video, deep opportunities, but this one is going called buying opportunities. So 30 seconds ago, I posted a video. Right now, I made available. You can check it out. I do talk about Fantom in the video as well, so do check it out. That for, you know, the blue balls. But Fantom's actually doing very, very nicely up here towards the upside. I mean, it broke out of this channel right now. It had this very, very steep consolidation channel up here, broke above that. So Fantom is going higher. The question is how high it's going to go, where are the major support levels and stuff like that, right? So let's remove everything up here. And what you're going to see up here that we are right now breaking 0.73. That's major support level. And there are actually no major support levels until these two tops up here. Maybe this, you know, this box up here before we actually came there. But this is just one candle before continuation towards downside. So technically, you know, no major levels until 2.8, but 213, 224 up here in this blue box up here is important because, and basically right now where we are going right now, this is basically over here empty space. So the way I see it right now, Fantom can go all the way, you know, something like 80% more towards the upside, and it will still do very, very fine. If you look at it on the weekly time frame, there are a couple of levels that I am interested up here. First of all, these bottoms down here are very interesting, and then the tops up here, and then you can see up here there are a couple of levels up here that are, you know, of interest, and they right now we're coming just to that, you know, 1.60, but as we just saw on the chart, it does look very, very bullish, right? So resistance level will eventually get broken, but these resistance levels are on the weekly time frame over here, and you know, they will eventually get broken, and we're gonna see how fast they get broken. But the major resistance level I think lies at you know, 213, 224 and 2.8 up here towards upside. Those are the major ones. So right now I think this is gonna go pretty quickly towards upside. This week this monthly candle is already up 150% towards upside, but it's still going up here, and it is increasing the speed. If you go a little bit back up here to get our channels back, you'll see that it is increasing speed towards upside. So I don't believe that, you know, these weekly levels will hold, because this channel over here, this consolidation channel, the rising consolidation channel, so this was, you know, a very nice pump towards upside, and this over here right now started a rising consolidation channel towards upside. This actually broke towards upside. We should actually be regarded as an extremely bullish move, and the way I see it up here, I mean, it could pull back, it could do stuff, but you know, it's going to continue towards upside. Now, this is on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, we also see that we had a couple of dumps on Bitcoin, and it did not affect the price of Fantom that much. So it does look very, very bullish. It does look very, very bullish. Sell up. Some are telling there is no point of holding less altcoins, other XRP, instead cash the new ones. Thoughts? That's not true, because that would mean that, you know, we should not be holding Ethereum or Bitcoin. There are of course good coins from the previous bull market that are gonna play out very nicely in this bull market. There is no doubt. Unfortunately, a lot of the coins from the last bull market that are just so and so might not do well this bull market. So that is true. But it is also true that, you know, all coins can go above all-time highs, previous all-time highs, and do very well if they are bullish, right? So depending on the fundamentals on the coin, whether it goes above the all-time high, whether it continues towards upside, the way I see it, you know, it all depends on the coins. But there is definitely 100% a whole bunch of coins that are not going to perform very well. You know, I'm not going to mention coins which I think, you know, are going to perform well or not, but you know, you do you, I do me. That said, new coins are very interesting because we don't know what they're going to do, especially new coins that have not been through the bull market, that are in the new, you know, hype cycle of the stuff. Maybe there's something new coming out, you know, and these coins can pump a lot. And the reason for that is very simple, because nobody knows, you know, what the real value of these things is. And if the hype kind of gets that, you know, segment, it can just go through the roof, right? So new coins have a, you know, higher chance to pump because nobody knows how high can they pump, right? They're always in price discovery. So we like new coins. Yes, that's correct. Hidden bullish divergence forming on the daily RSI on Bitcoin. No bullish divergence just yet, no. No divergence whatsoever, but you are getting momentum loss a little bit here on the daily time, but there is a momentum loss on the top up here, which actually normal just right now pulling back. But no, there is nothing. By the way, guys, I just remembered one thing. Mladen lines, Mladen RSI lines. So you see up here, we can pull the down back down a little bit more when it comes to RSI, and we're gonna still be fine. So we can pull back a little bit more, guys. We can pull back a little bit more. Dodge dominance breakout, Dodge D. Let's check that out. Dodge D. I'm not checking these these dominance charts that much. Yeah, it is breakout. It is breaking out over here, give or take. So it does look good. Last time it did this up here, but I don't know. Let's see up here. It doesn't have to pump immediately though. That's the thing, right? Over here you have breakout, pullback up here below the line. You have breakout up here. You might say that this breakout up here is more important. So if you look at it like that over here right now, this pullback right now, and there is this line up here right now somewhere, give or take. And right now, when it goes above this line, that's the real breakout towards upside. Maybe. Good morning, man. How you doing, XRP Legend? Can we look at a coin called Gamer, please? Gamer coin. It's on Qcoin, so we can look at it. 60x. Let's hope it's below 10 billion market cap, man. Or 10 million market cap. Where is it? It is actually, it did 60x and still only, 8 million market cap. Okay. What is this thing, man? Website. Connect while open center. It's very low market cap. I don't know. This is not the only coin that did 60x. There is another coin that I talked about in the video right now. It's like below 7. It's below 10. It's actually at 10 million market cap. But it did like 60, 70, maybe even 80x right now. Maybe even more than that. I haven't checked out. But, it did 60x towards upside. It exploded. And it's still 10 million market cap. So, this looks good. But, I don't know what do you want me to look at it. Sheila's a 50x gem. There you go. This is a 50x gem. Maybe. I don't know. But, from 8... It had to go to a billion or something like that to be a 50x gem. Arkham is a gem. I'm guilty of selling it too soon. Enter 0.4x at 1.2. Everybody does it. Thanks still on your Fantom TI. I will add it to my position. Not financial advice. Exactly. You do you, I do me. You do your money, I'll do my money, My opinion only. My wife gives financial, advices. I don't. Can you check Rooney, please, brother? Nah. Harder for altcoins to break all-time high when they have token inflation like Fantom. And Sol has broken all-time high by market cap already. I don't actually have any ideas about that, so there is that. Guys, if you want to join the TF Fans Club, the link to link. You get a big green name. You get a join our Telegram chat, all of that good stuff, and you get to check out our member videos only. We post them almost daily. Guys, thank you for stopping by. This was Bitcoin Daily, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and all that shebang. And right now we are consolidating up here a little bit. There we go. We're pulling back a little bit more towards the downside. I'm thinking that it can go a little bit more, but it can just also go towards the upside. Consolidations are hard, guys. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you around, guys. Take care, guys. Take care. Forget about it. Enjoy the day.